Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time for a haircut. Now, as you can see, my hair's not incredibly long, but it's starting to get very fuzzy on the sides here, right? We're starting to get to where it starts to look a little bit weird. Even when I kind of mash it down and style it, it's a little bit bulky on the sides. Of course, got some hair coming in on the neck, which isn't very clean cut, and I don't like that as much. So I'm gonna trim everything up. I got a new set of clippers for Christmas from my wife. These are Wahl. You can pick these up just about anywhere, and I absolutely love these. I've actually had this kind before. A couple of key differences in this clipper than what you've seen in prior videos. First off, it has a lever to adjust your trim length between your clipper guards. So it doesn't have half sizes. It just has a little lever here that will extend the guard and make it either shorter or longer. So a little bit more adjustable. Also, it's all color coded, and you can see all of the different color keys there. So basically, all my guards are color coded. They're not all black, so I don't have to look through and find each individual size. I just go to the color I need. I need a 5/8 inch. That's yellow. Yellow one's right there somewhere. Grab it out, use it. A lot more convenient. I love this clipper. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get in here. What I'm planning to do on my hair is more of a military, off of the ears, kind of this high fade haircut. Sir, yes sir, yes sir. Oh yeah, buddy. Boy, I can immediately feel how much sharper these blades are compared to the last, and that feels pretty darn good. So now I'm gonna jump back to that number one guard now that I've got that initial bit done. Again, I'm setting this all the way to the smallest, and let's go a next level up. This will probably take me just about to the top of the hair. Now, before I try to blend that in or anything else, this is a great look, right? Nice blended fade. Before I try to blend that in or anything else, let's go to a number 2 guard, which is gonna be purple. That's a 1/4 inch, so it goes up by 1/8 inch sizes. Got my purple number 2 guard. Make sure that's adjusted all the way down, and let's go next level. All right, that takes care of a lot of the bulk on the sides. Let's go ahead and go for a number 3 to finish out the corners, and then I think we'll come back and blend a little bit. All right, now let's go back and blend a little bit. So just looking here at the sides, we've got that obvious fade line right there, you know, a little bit wonky kind of all around. So let's go back to a number 1 guard, okay? And I'm going to extend it all the way, and let's go back and clean up that fade line. And as I'm using this number 1 guard here, I'm coming up and out is the movement. Think about like scooping snow or a shovel or something. I'm not coming up and following my scalp as it comes in. I'm coming up and kind of swooping up at the end, so that just kind of contributes to that ability to fade. Much better. Not too shabby, huh? A little bit more faded. So now let's go to the number 2 guard, which is purple. Number 2 guard. And I'm gonna start right where I left off just now, bringing that all the way back in. So this is the next size up from an extended number 1 is a closed number 2. Starting to come together a little bit. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of work on the top, just so I can kind of see what I'm dealing with. I still want sort of that texture and messiness up top. I don't think I want to come all the way down to an 8 guard though. So I'm gonna go ahead and just scissor cut, trimming up some of these hairs here. Just using my fingers as kind of a rough estimate of how long I want that. And I'm actually gonna cut more off of the sides so that blends more into that fade that I have going on. Versus right in the middle on top, I'll leave a little bit more volume, a little bit more body. I just don't want those long ends on the side making it harder to blend in, right? And look a little bit more seamless. So trimming those down effectively, moving in a bit and taking maybe an eighth to a 1/4 off. Now I'm kind of switching to the other side of the head, going down more to the left side, kind of the middle here and the left. Working my way from back to front. It doesn't matter which side you start on or which way you work. You just want to keep track of what you've done and what you haven't. That way you're not spending too long on one portion in particular, or going back over an area that's already been cut and making it even shorter, or missing an area and having really long hairs where you don't want them. Let's kind of work here on that left side. And again, I can't really see in the camera, but I'm just going to trim more off of the corners, if you will, than I would off of the middle. And that's just going to allow that little bit more faded, blended of a look. Very customized. I can't do this with clippers. Not without a comb and an extra set of hands. So practice, 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 huh? And what it comes down to. All right, let me get some of those stray pieces out of my hair, and let's take a look at where we're at. It looks like not too shabby. I don't hate it. That's a good start, right? I'm gonna work in a bit of the front portion here. Just taking care of some of those longer pieces that'll kind of stick out on their own. I want it to be I want it textured, but not choppy to the effect of, loose strands sticking out above the crown. This is only the second haircut I'm doing since I kind of changed my hair from a much longer hairstyle. If you go on my channel and look back a little bit earlier, you'll see where I actually had quite a bit longer hair. It's kind of an undercut comb over that I did myself, and there's videos on kind of how to cut that and style that, so certainly go check that out if you want to see what my hair used to look like and how far it's come. Looking for any areas. I know the back I tend to like a little bit shorter. Again, just helps me blend it all into areas there on the side. It's not looking terrible. I'm going to take a little bit more bulk off that back corner there. And my hair tends to do whatever it wants. I'm going to keep it under control a little bit. Something like that. So now when I kind of comb through it, I can see just how crazy it is. And it is not too terribly crazy. So here's kind of what we're working with now. Pretty much got the sides faded. Trying to brush off my tools here. I don't get gummed up with my hair. My hair's very, very fine. That would be a little bit hard to do with them. So here's what we're working with. Sides are tapered pretty well. You can see just a little bit of kind of angle coming in here. I'm gonna go back through and round that to kind of fit my scalp. So let's get a number 1 guard, which is the red. Let's take it out long, and let's try to take some of those corners off. Two things for doing that fine work right there. You need a sharp set of cutting blades and a steady hand. Lots of patience. So number 2, all the way down. All right, I'm liking the neckline for now. I'm gonna comb through this again. I'm gonna actually use a comb this time. And that, I think I just inhaled some hair. That is about where I want it. Let me go ahead and grab something a little bit longer here. I'm actually gonna go with a 6, which is a 3/4 inch. It's the light purple guard, all the way down. And I'm gonna work on a little bit of the back corners. These back corners on me tend to carry a little bit more volume. I just wanna thin those out to, instead of a squared profile, I like it a little bit more rounded. Boom, much better. That helps kind of round that profile over right there. And then with my scissors, I can come back in and just do some easy little snipping here to help blend that into the cuts up on top. And I could kind of do that all over the side. It's gonna be a lot easier than using, 4 different guard sizes or however you would normally do that. So I'm just kind of working on making that a little bit taller of a profile, a little bit easier grading into it. Of course, on both sides. You'll notice I switch hands when I get to the other side, so learning how to use scissors with both your left and right hands will behoove you. Yeah, I'm actually liking this. Just running my fingers through, seeing if I missed anything as far as too long on top. Go kind of towards the front where I'm going to put a little bit more texture in the hairstyle. I actually am digging this, guys. This looks pretty good for now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and shower, get all of this hair off, and I will see you in a couple of minutes here, and let's compare the finished product. Alright guys, as promised, here's the finished look. Just got out of the shower, trimmed the mustache up. It was really bugging me on the upper lip there. Of course, shaved because I got to be clean shaven for work. You can see on the haircut, just kind of a messy, textured, high cut or high fade haircut. So hopefully those fade lines are clean. Super easy to upkeep, super easy to do, and definitely feels a lot better than when it was quite a bit longer. But the number one question that matters, what do you think of it?
You are so hot.
Wife approved. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.